You're about to see one of the first videos in the world of the Mac Studio and Studio Display. I was able to get these a week early from Apple. I'll be making a series of videos on performance, a review after using it for a while, and also answering any questions you might have. This specific video is an unboxing and my first impressions of the products. I'm Matt and I make content about consumer tech, software, and tech tips and tricks that you should know. So if you like that, make sure to like and subscribe and let's hop right in. So the box is overall pretty tiny. We'll see how big the actual size is. It's a box within a box. Here's the brand new Magic Keyboard with Touch ID. It's black and silver. I have the white one right here, but definitely happy they came out with this alternate version. Here we have the matching Magic Trackpad. This one is black and silver. And the Magic Mouse, which is also black and silver. These are gonna match really well with the Studio Display. And this is the actual box of the Studio Display. You can already see it's like super tiny. Classic Apple, they have a very easy to open tab. Very high quality box, very similar to the boxes of the Pro Display XDR. Has a nice handle. And the best part is the easy open tab again. We got the instructions, and the box opens up at the sides. Wow, that's super tiny. That is small. I also noticed this with the Pro Display XDR, the cables were just next level. Definitely premium. And wow, this is the Mac Studio. It's very tiny, as you can see. It's gonna fit perfectly under the Studio Display. We'll open this. And as you can see, very sleek, very tiny. For comparison, let's take the iPhone. You can see the size, it's very, very compact. Bottom has the ventilation right here. Also ventilation right here. You can see tons of ports. You have a headphone port, you have an HDMI port, USB 2s, 4 USB-Cs, Thunderbolt, power, Ethernet, and power button. Let's plug it in. Next up we have the Studio Display. It's 27 inches, 5K, has a 12 megapixel front-facing camera, studio quality microphones built in, and speakers with spatial audio. Now this is a little bit smaller than the Pro Display XDR, and the price starts at $15.99. So if you don't want to pay $6 grand for the Pro Display XDR and stand, this is definitely a great option. You can see overall it's pretty big, and they have an easy open tab again. And the great thing is it has a handle and a pretty solid box. Again, we have the best part, which is the easy open tab. And here we go, this is it. In this little box, we have the threaded cables again. These are super, super high quality. You can feel they're very durable, and they're definitely gonna last. We have our instructions right here, and you also get Apple stickers. And as a size comparison to the Pro Display XDR, bringing that here, it's a tiny bit smaller. Pro Display XDR is 34 inches. The Studio Display is 27 inches. Looks like we also have the power cable on the back here, and it's already plugged in, which is nice. And now we gotta unwrap it. And this is the most satisfying part. Just want to be really careful. Looks great. So now I'm going to move the Pro Display XDR aside and we're going to plug this in. And this is the setup. You can see the Mac Studio fits perfectly under the Studio Display. So let's turn it on. And while that's turning on, I'm going to unbox these. This is the Magic Keyboard with Touch ID. Black and silver. I absolutely love the white one. I have that and Touch ID is great. They did not have this when I came out and my previous keyboard was a black and silver Mac keyboard. So super happy they came out with this color. So very easy to open. And the new cables are great. They are threaded again. It's a lightning USB-C cable and here we go. Very clean. And the nice thing is the Mac Studio has 2 USB-C ports on the front, so super easy to sync. Plug it in once and it just works. Next we have the Magic Mouse. This is black and silver. Boom, beautiful. I can see my own reflection on it, so it's pretty sleek. And it did come with a charging cable as well. So let's plug that in to sync it. Once you sync the keyboard and the mouse, it's gonna open the setup screen like any other Mac. And lastly, we have the Magic Trackpad. I'm excited to use one of these. I absolutely love Apple trackpads in general, and being able to have this at my fingertips, it's definitely gonna be a great experience. Again, comes with another cable, which is great. Always good to have more cables. Super, super sleek. Let's get this synced up too. So setup was super familiar, just like other Macs, and I'm super excited. So by day, I'm a software developer, but I do a lot of creative stuff on the side. My main use case for the Mac Studio is gonna be video editing, Photoshop, and Lightroom. So really excited to see how it performs with Premiere Pro. In upcoming videos, I'll talk about performance. We'll talk about the first few days of use and Touch ID on the keyboard. To set that up, super simple. You just hold your finger on the power button and you just tap it slightly without pressing. And now we're just gonna try out a bunch of different configurations. And there it is, it's beautiful. So overall, the screen is super crisp. I absolutely love it. I love the form factor. I love how the Mac Studio fits completely under here. And this specifically is the version with the M1 Ultra. The M1 Ultra is 2 M1 Max chips, but they also do have an M1 Max model. So the Mac Studio starts at $1999 for the M1 Max model, and it starts at $39.99 for the M1 Ultra model. And those will go to customers on Friday, March 18th. So we'll see overall how this performs. I'll go over a few subsequent videos using this for video editing, photo editing, and coding. And the Mac Studio is supposed to remain super quiet under even really intense workloads. And more apps are being optimized for M1. I know Adobe After Effects has a beta where they've optimized that, which is gonna be awesome. And the nice thing is that the Mac Studio works with both the Studio Display and the Pro Display XDR. So I envision the setup, I'll have both monitors next to each other, both plugged in, we'll see how it performs. But even the MacBooks can handle multiple monitors, so I think this shouldn't be a problem. The Studio Display has a few options for the glass. You have True Tone, Anti-Reflective, and Nano Texture. True Tone is for a more natural viewing experience, Anti-Reflective has minimal glare, and Nano Texture is best for super bright spaces, like direct sunlight. It scatters that light and minimizes the glare. If you have any questions about the Mac Studio or Studio Display, drop a comment below. I'll answer any questions and also incorporate them into future videos. Make sure to follow on Instagram and TikTok as well, and I'll see you in the next in-depth review.